Hello, it's lovely to see you back again for another pyjama story. Do you remember my friend Nanook? Nanook came and joined us a while ago for a story, and I thought it might be nice if he joined us again today, because you see, Nanook's been getting a little bit frightened of all the Halloween things that he's seen. He doesn't really like scary things, so I thought it would be nice if we all had a story together to make him feel a bit better. But before we have our story, you know what I'm going to tell you to do. You need to trot off and get those pyjamas on. And don't forget, you're going to have a good old stretch to get your body nice and relaxed and ready for a good night's sleep. Now off you pop, and when you come back, we'll be ready for our story. We're going to stretch our bodies to make them nice and relaxed and ready for a good night's sleep. The first thing we want to do is stretch out our lungs with 3 big breaths. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Count with me as we do our breathing. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Fantastic work. Great breathing. Now, I'd like you to curl up into a little ball, just like a dormouse, going to sleep for the winter. And then we're going to slowly uncurl our spines all the way up through our shoulders and necks, as though you're being pulled up by a piece of ribbon. Take your fingers and give them a good stretch and a wiggle out in front of you. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Now add your wrists and give them a stretch and a wiggle as well. Let's add some elbows. Round and round, stretch them out, and maybe our shoulders want to get involved too. Nice big stretches. Keep wiggling those fingers and keep breathing. And now we're going to stretch up, 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 as high as you can. Can I touch that star? Oh, yes. Can you touch the stars? Up on your tippy toes, as high as you can go, and then twinkle, twinkle, back to your side. One more breath. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I feel all ready for my story. There you go. That's better, isn't it? You're all stretched and in your pyjamas, and we're all comfy and ready for a story. And I've had a good think, and I think I know just the tale for my friend Nanook. It's in my book called Stories from Mrs. Bloom's, and it was written by Rob Smith. Let's have a see. Yes, here it is. This is Umpkie's story. Mrs. Bloom's flower shop was known throughout the county for having the best selection of pumpkins for Halloween. She had pumpkins of all shapes and colours. She had red ones and orange ones, yellow ones, green ones, even blue ones. There were knobbly pumpkins, shiny pumpkins, tall pumpkins, fat pumpkins, and then there was Umpkie. Umpkie, the pumpkin, was unusual because he didn't like Halloween and he didn't want to be scary. Umpkie wanted to spread joy and make people smile. He didn't want anyone to be afraid of him. He wanted them to love him. All the other pumpkins would laugh at him and call him a softie. You need to toughen up. Pumpkins are always scary at Halloween, so you had better do just what we say, or you'll give pumpkins a bad name, they would say. Umpkie didn't want to do what they said. He wanted to do what made him happy, and that certainly wasn't being scary. I'm not joining in with them just because they're telling me to, thought Umpkie. That isn't the right thing to do. I will show everyone that a pumpkin can be whatever it wants to be, and not just what people say it has to be. So every time a customer came into the shop, Umpkie would puff up his little cheeks and smile his biggest smile. I'm not going to change just because other pumpkins are telling me I should. Someone will love me just as I am, just for being me. It was the morning of Halloween, and the shop was really busy with customers looking for their favourite pumpkin. You'd better do what we told you, said the other pumpkins, or you will be left behind and thrown out with the rubbish. Well, Umpkie didn't want to be thrown out with the rubbish. And even more than that, he didn't want to change who he was. It was making him very sad. Oh, dear me. The day passed by, and so many pumpkins were being chosen. Oh, that one looks scary, he would hear people say. It was making him think that maybe the other pumpkins were right after all. Then a customer came into the shop and walked straight over to Mrs. Bloom. Oh, I do need your help, Mrs. Bloom, said the woman. Whatever seems to be the problem, Dr. Cannybody? Mrs. Bloom asked. Well, I don't like Halloween, and I don't like anything scary, but I wouldn't want the children in my hospital ward to miss out on a bit of fun. I've put up bright lights and pretty colours, but they still want a pumpkin. Can you help? Oh, I think I can, smiled Mrs. Bloom. When Dr. Cannybody saw Umpkie, she loved him straight away. This is the pumpkin for me, she said. Thank you so much. The children will be thrilled. Umpkie was the star of the show at the best ever children's ward party, and he smiled, the biggest smile at each and every one of them. I'm glad I didn't let the other pumpkins' opinions change me, he thought, as he watched the children laugh and smile. Staying true to yourself is always the right thing to do. What a lovely story. Umpkie didn't want to be scary, you see. Not everything has to be scary. Umpkie decided to stick to what he believed in, and he had a lovely time with the boys and girls in the hospital in the end. I think Umpkie was very brave to stick to what he believed in, and he showed a lot of courage when all the other pumpkins were telling him what he should do. And it reminds me of a passage in my Bible. It's Joshua 1 verse 9, and it says this: Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be terrified and do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. You don't have to be scared to be who you are, and you don't have to join in with things that you don't think are right. I hope that's made you feel a bit better about all the scary things you've seen. We don't have to see scary things. We can do lots of fun things together instead. Now, I think it's time that we said our prayer and got ourselves ready for bed. So let's say our prayer together. Are you ready, Nanook? Dear Lord, keep me safe whilst in my bed, from my toes up to my head. And when I wake to face the day, I'll know you're with me all the way. Amen. Now, I think it's time somebody hopped themselves into bed and went to sleep. And I hope you join me again next time for another pyjama story. But until then, take care, God bless, and night-night, my friends. Night-night. Get to bed. Night-night.